Mr. Michael Jamboni. Mr. Jamboni was drafted February '69 to the United States Army. He did basic in Fort Jackson, South Carolina. After training, he got orders for Vietnam. When he arrived, Mr. Jamboni served with the mechanized infantry located in the Central Highlands, and he served in Pleiku, Kon Tum, Aki, and Dak To. After months of fighting the Viet Cong, Mr. Jamboni was wounded in October of '69. His wounds were from a rocket-propelled grenade that exploded in front of him. They first helicoptered him to a field hospital on Cam Ra Bay, then sent to Okinawa, Japan, and finally back to the States to St. Albans Naval Hospital. After 6 months in hospitals, Mr. Jamboni was sent back to limited duty Fort Riley, Kansas. He was honorably discharged January '71. Now he's here today, father of 2, grandfather of 4, and we're thrilled to have him. Thank you, Mr. Jamboni, for your service. Mr. Vincent Gianico. Mr. Gianico enlisted in the Navy to make it a career serving his country and to travel. He left Fort Boot Camp January '70, went to the Great Lakes. The first day he arrived, the first thing he heard was the wind chill factor was -45, and he said, "What the heck did I do?" After boot camp, he was sent to Lakehurst, New Jersey for Class A school. He was then assigned on the USS America. This is where he spent his entire enlistment until January '74, when he was separated from active duty. He ended up not making it a career, just left the ship, and he drove home. Mr. Gianico said he will never forget and is proud of his service as a sailor on the USS America. We'll never forget him, and we're glad he's here. Thank you for your service, sir. Mr. Jack Holzman. At age 18, Mr. Holzman pushed up his draft because he wanted to serve his country. He served in the Army June '63 to June '65 as a radio telephone operator. After basic, he went to Fort Hood, Texas. His company was on high alert after the assassination of President Kennedy. He was then sent to Fort Lee, Louisiana. A training film was made. He remembers his company was originally going to guard the highway for the Freedom March in Selma, Alabama. But Governor Wallace refused to use military troops, and he called in the National Guard. Mr. Holzman, we thank you for your service to our country. Mr. Joseph Janiel. Mr. Janiel served the United States Marine Corps, Corporal, 59 to 63. He recollects first days at Paris Island were scary. Those drill instructors again. He was then stationed at Camp Lejeune, North Carolina for infantry training, and then on to London, England for security duty, US Naval Operations Building. While in London, he applied for the Marine Corps pilot program. He was still hoping to be a pilot. Mr. Janiel found that it was required to be single, and he had met the love of his life, so he moved on from the pilot program. He believes his declining the pilot training may just have saved his life based on what was happening. We're happy to have him with us. Mr. Janiel, thank you for your service, sir. Mr. Peter Kaiser. Mr. Kaiser served the United States Navy, aircraft mechanic, 57 to 1984. He attended training in Memphis and worked on A4 Skyhawks. Mr. Kaiser may have served on the Lexington. There's a question we're going to talk to Mr. Kaiser about later. We're happy to have him here. Thank you for your service to our country, sir. Mr. William Kropp. Mr. Kropp served in the United States Army January 66, January 68. His military occupation was Signal Corps, 93rd Signal Division. Mr. Kropp was selected to serve in the Army and went to Fort Jackson for basic. After basic, he attended Signal Corps training His duty eventually took him to Germany as part of the replacement troops, where he stayed until he was discharged from the 93rd Signal Corps in 1968. Mr. Kropp, wonderful to have you with us. Thank you for your service, sir. Mr. Carmine Laietta. Mr. Laietta served in the United States Army, supporting the radio, teletype, from October 68 to August 70. On his first day in Fort Jackson, he remembers being nervous. His first detail was to clean the latrine with a toothbrush, but he admits that training got him in great shape. Okay. Mr. Laietta went on to Fort Knox for radio school, and he learned the Morse code. He was selected for advanced radio school, but was never sent to Vietnam, following orders. He got orders to go to Germany as a replacement camp, and was there for 2 weeks before he was notified that he received top secret clearance, and he was moved to a nuclear weapons base in Turkey. In August 70, he came back to the U.S. and spent his days at Fort Wadsworth, Staten Island. Mr. Laietta, we're happy to have you with us. Thank you for your service, sir. Mr. Douglas Michalek. Mr. Michalek served in the United States Navy, 60 to 63. He followed in his older brother's footsteps, who had served on the USS Iowa. Mr. Michalek served for training in the Great Lakes, headed for training in the Great Lakes, and then trained as a fire control technician. He served on the USS Essex aircraft carrier, maintaining the computer that fired the 16-inch guns on that ship. During his time, his shipmates, they won a competition, were able to wear a special patch on their shoulder. Mr. Michalek visited many countries during his service and was discharged a little early, as the USS Essex, the Essex, was being sent to Vietnam with a new crew. Thank you for your service to our country, sir. Mr. William Morris. Mr. Morris served in the United States Army as a sergeant. He enlisted in 62 and headed to Fort Dix for basic. Then he had participated in ROTC as well. He was then to report to the 3rd Infantry, Arlington, Virginia, where he became a member of the team that carried caskets in the cemetery and participated in military funerals, including the 21-gun salute. After a few months of on-the-job training, Mr. Morris supported funerals for Medgar Evers, the assassinated civil rights activist, General Douglas MacArthur, and President Herbert Hoover. Mr. Morris is proud of a book he co-authored called Their Finest Hour, which detailed the accounting of all the activities and drama surrounding the planning and execution of the JFK funeral. Although he never got to airborne or ranger school, he's very proud of his service and for being part of the team to grant grace and dignity to our fallen heroes. We're proud of your service as well, Mr. Morris. Pleasure to have you with us, sir. Thank you for your service. Mr. Bob Morstadt. Mr. Morstadt served in the United States Navy, July 62, September 66, on the radio. He said he always wanted to join the Navy. He had just turned 17 when he headed off to boot camp, which means he had to get parental permission. Some of his memories that stayed with him are his first haircut, vaccines, tear gas training, proudly wearing the uniform, and trying to look really cool with his white hat. After boot camp, Mr. Morstadt headed to Radio MNA School in Maryland, where he learned Morse code and basic electronics. He served on the destroyer USS Hissam for 39 months, crossing the world visiting Panama, Peru, Tahiti, New Zealand, Tasmania, Singapore, Italy, Greece, France, and Vietnam, just to name a few. We're happy to have you with us, sir. Thank you for your service, Mr. Morstadt. Mr. Charles Muller. Muller served in the United States Army, 66 to 69. He was an engineer. Mr. Muller served in Vietnam from 67 to 68. He saw very active combat in Rieb. Mr. Nappi served in the Air Force, 68 to 74. He was with the 96th Civil Engineering Squadron, CES, and he was assigned to the Strategic Air Command at Dyess Air Force Base in Texas. There's not too much more written about him. It couldn't be confidential. We're happy to have him with us. Thank you for your service to our country, sir. Mr. Lawrence Quinn. Mr. Quinn served as a sergeant in the United States Army Infantry. He was drafted in 67. After basic training, he got 30 days leave and then got his orders for Vietnam. Mr. Quinn headed to Saigon to replace soldiers being sent home, where he was assigned to the HHS 431 Infantry Battalion running convoy protection. Then the Army decided he would patrol the rivers around Chu Lai and Da Nang. Mr. Quinn left Vietnam August of 68. He finished his service in Fort Hood, Texas. We're happy to have him with us. Mr. Quinn, thank you for your service, sir. Mr. Scott Rosie. Mr. Rosie served in the Infantry Division, United States Army, August 70 to September 79, with the rank of E6 Sergeant. He went to boot camp in Fort Dix, then Fort Benning for infantry training. After that, he was assigned to the 101st Airborne Division, Fort Campbell, Kentucky. Mr. Rosie was selected for Ranger training, and he was then deployed to Vietnam as part of the 101st, where he was wounded twice. He served in the Special Ops Unit and became a small arms expert, and he traveled to places like Angola, Panama, Syria, Istanbul, and Colombia. Mr. Rosie doesn't talk about those days too much, but he feels he did his job for his country. He certainly did, and we're certainly happy to have him with us. Thank you for your service, sir. Mr. Dan Sabia. Mr. Sabia served in the United States Army National Guard, 1971 to 2001. His military occupation was quartermaster and engineer officer. Mr. Sabia was attending New York Institute of Technology, and even though he had a college deferment, he volunteered for a 6-year enlistment in the Guard. The Vietnam War was winding down, but college campuses were still rioting, and Mr. Sabia and his elite team were always on standby for riot control. After 30 years of service, Mr. Sabia fully retired in 2001, but was called out of service to assist in Ground Zero. Mr. Sabia, thank you for your service, sir. Mr. Howard Schadt. Mr. Schadt served in the United States Coast Guard, July 67, July 71. He joined the Coast Guard right after graduating high school. Mr. Schacht's first assignment was on the USS Coast Guard cutter, the Rockaway. In 68, the Rockaway departed New York City for the Panama Canal. While in the Pacific, they stopped in a few ports including Peru, Costa Rica, and Mexico. Mr. Schadt returned to San Francisco, where he was released from active duty in 71. He served in the reserves until 1973. Mr. Schadt, thank you for your service, sir. Mr. Edward Smolinsky. Mr. Smolinsky served in the United States Army, 1966 to 68. He worked as a film library specialist with audiovisual equipment. Mr. Smolinsky completed basic Fort Bragg. Here he also learned how to use all that audio equipment that was responsible for. In 67, he was transferred to Fort Drum, and in September of 67, he was able to buy a 60 Buick convertible. Driving back from leave one night, he had a hard time staying on the road, and he felt like he was experiencing vertigo. They wound up flying him to the hospital, and they said it was a bit traumatizing. We're happy to have him with us. Thank you for your service, sir. Mr. Eric Spinner. Mr. Spinner served in the New York Air National Guard as a counter-artillery radar operator, July 65, June 71. He was attending college but enlisted after talking with a close friend. When he finally got to basic, Mr. Spinner says his antics got him in trouble and he did many, many push-ups. Unfortunately, he became ill at the end of his training and his AIT orders were canceled, but he remained in the Guard until his discharge in 71. Mr. Spinner said he will always stand with his military brothers and sisters and is proud to now serve veterans in the role of chaplain for several organizations. Thank you for your service, sir. Mr. Michael Steiniger. Mr. Steiniger entered U.S. Navy September 66. He did his basic also in the Great Lakes, served on the USS Clarion River for 2 years as a radar man, 3rd class. The ship was known as the ship that roars and the rocket maker, firing thousands of rounds of 5-inch rockets, he said. After his service on the Clarion River, he was transferred to USS Union, which was home ported in San Diego. While serving on the Union, he received his 2nd class stripes. Mr. Steiniger says that compared to his time in the USS Clarion, service on the Union seemed mundane. He was discharged in 1970. We're so happy to have him with us. Thank you for your service to our country. Mr. Richard Toth. Mr. Toth served in the United States Army, October 70, April 72. His military occupation was crew chief, Huey Helicopters. Mr. Toth enlisted so he could select his MOS, hoping it might help him with employment after his discharge. He says that other crew chiefs and door gunners always helped each other. Sadly, he has lost touch with them. Mr. Toth, typical daily duties included getting his helicopter ready for missions. He recalls landing on top of the Nuba Den mountain and flying out U.S. troops when the war ended. He was happy that he had the chance to attend a USO show with Bob Hope. We're happy to have him with us. Mr. Toth, thank you for your service, sir. And Mr. Joseph Volturo. Mr. Volturo served in the United States Air Force, Air Surveillance Technician, April 60, April 64. He enlisted after high school because he was only 17, so he had to get his mother's approval, which he did. Mr. Volturo recalls getting deli care packages of salami and provolone from his mom. One day during inspection, those packages had disappeared. He's sure his superior officers enjoyed them. On a more serious note, he was on duty at McGuire Air Force Base during the Cuban Missile Crisis when they sat poised to react to a nuclear attack by the Russians. They were grateful President Kennedy swiftly moved to avoid that disaster. Mr. Volturo, we thank you for your service to our country. Are there any veterans who were on the last flight whose name we did not call? Excellent. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to present the class of October 2025.